Hi everyone, I'm Olivia, and welcome to today's 5 Minutes of Gratitude, where we're exploring the distinct pleasure of walking in winter. Before we begin, I want to mention that if you'd like to experience these gratitude moments without interruption, you'll find details about our commercial-free version in the show notes. There's something special about walking in winter, isn't there? Every step becomes more deliberate, more thoughtful. This morning, taking my usual route to the cafe, I found myself appreciating how winter walking engages all our senses differently. The crunch of snow underfoot, the sharp clarity of cold air, the way even familiar paths feel new when transformed by frost and ice. Winter walks have their own particular soundscape. The squeak of snow under boots when it's really cold, the distant echo of cars on slick streets, the brittle music of ice-covered branches clicking in the wind. Even our own footsteps sound different, more purposeful somehow, as if winter asks us to pay more attention to how we move through the world. The pace of winter walking changes too. We can't rush the way we do in other seasons. Ice and snow demand a different kind of attention. This slowing down creates space for noticing things we might otherwise miss. The intricate patterns of frost on windows, the way sunlight catches ice crystals and turns them to diamonds, the delicate choreography of snowflakes falling through still air. Each winter walk becomes a lesson in impermanence. Footprints that seemed permanent in morning snow disappear by afternoon. Ice sculptures formed by wind and temperature shift and change with each passing hour. The path you carefully cleared yesterday needs clearing again today. Winter reminds us that nothing stays the same, that every moment holds its own particular beauty. Morning walks feel especially magical in winter. The world seems newly made each dawn, especially after overnight snow. Steam rises from warm buildings into cold air. Early sunlight creates long blue shadows across untouched snow. Even the ordinary act of breathing becomes visible, our exhaled breath joining the morning mist. Winter walking requires a different kind of equipment, each item adding its own sensory experience to the journey. The soft warmth of a wool scarf, the satisfying crunch of ice-gripping boots, the weight of a heavy coat that moves with its own rhythm as you walk. These aren't just practical items, they're part of winter's ritual of preparation and protection. The wildlife we encounter on winter walks seems different too. Birds move more deliberately, conserving energy. Squirrels leave their stories written in tracks across the snow. Even city pigeons seem to walk differently in winter, their usual strutting replaced by more careful steps. We're all adapting to winter's conditions, all learning to move through this transformed world. I love how winter walks change familiar landscapes. Streets I've walked 100 times become new territory when covered in snow or glazed with ice. The usual landmarks disappear or transform. A hedge becomes a snow sculpture. A familiar bench vanishes under a white blanket. A row of trees turns into a gallery of ice art. These winter journeys remind us that sometimes the simplest actions require the most presence. Each step asks for attention. Each breath connects us to the season's rhythm. In summer, we might walk to get somewhere, but winter walks become adventures in themselves, journeys of discovery through a transformed world. Today's affirmation is, I move through the world with presence and attention. Take a moment to let these words settle into your awareness. Winter walking teaches us about mindfulness, about the value of slowing down, about finding beauty in careful movement. Each step becomes an opportunity to practice presence, to connect with the world around us. Think about how rarely we give this kind of attention to our movements in warmer seasons. Winter's challenges become gifts when they require us to slow down, to notice, to move with greater awareness. Like practicing a meditation, winter walking asks us to stay present in each moment. Remember that sometimes the most meaningful journeys are the ones we take slowly, with full attention to each step. Winter's paths might be more challenging, but they offer their own particular rewards to those who walk them mindfully. Let's say our affirmation together one more time. I move through the world with presence and attention. Thank you for walking these winter paths with me today. Until next time, may you find joy in each mindful step through winter's world. This is Olivia, signing off from 5 Minutes of Gratitude, grateful for the lessons we learn when winter asks us to walk more slowly.